So the first thing that we're going to build out is the cover sheet. And to do this, what we're going to do is go over to the Project Explorer, right click on cover, and we'll select new sheet view. When we do this, it opens up a new view and opens up the actual cover sheet. You can see it's 1 of 4. Has the cover title information. So what we're going to do in this case is you can put in any information you want on this sheet. You can create notes, you can create a sitemap, whatever. We're actually just going to insert an image, so we're going to click on the insert image again, and we're going to navigate out to bring in the cover image that we have for this project. The scale for this one is going to be 0.025, and we're going to pick our lower corner. We'll pick somewhere down in here, or we can enter in a value of let's go with 5, 2.5, and we'll click apply. So it drops in that image. Again, we can put in other information we want on this particular page. We'll go ahead and close this command. Next, what we'll do is we'll work on the next sheet, which would be the overall site plan. So what I'm going to do, we could right click over here and open up another view for that sheet, but what we'll do is we'll just use this down here and pull this drop down and select overall site plan. That's going to change the sheet, and now we're going to look at the overall site plan for this sheet set. Now the overall site plan, what we want to do is actually bring in a Dynaview from the plan set. So if I come over to the plan view tab, and we will zoom extents and zoom in on our project here. So now that we've got our project zoomed in, what we're going to do is first start by creating a rectangle. And we're going to create a rectangle somewhere in this area in here. So what we're going to do is we're going to give it a name first, and we'll call it overall view. So this is just a rectangle, or overall site. We'll call it overall site. And we'll set it on the layer, we'll call it a plot view layer. Now we don't have that plot view layer, so we're going to go ahead and create a new one. And we'll just give it a name, plot view. We'll leave it white. Actually, let's change that to light gray. We don't have to worry about the weight. We'll put it on protected, and we're going to put it in the group for plan production. And then we'll click OK. For the first corner, we're just going to pick a spot up in here, and we'll pick another spot over here. So again, we're just drawing a rectangle because this is what we want to set on our sheet. Once we do that, we will also come over here and let's close this view, and we'll close the start page, and we're going to right click and go new vertical tab group, so it puts them side by side. Then what we can do is create a Dynaview, and when we create the Dynaview, we're going to give it a name. We're going to call it overall site. The layer, we'll set that on plot view as well. So we'll go ahead and down here and click that on plot view. Now the frame, we're going to go ahead and we're going to select this rectangle that we just created. The scale for this is going to be 1000. The filter we want to use is my filter. You can set up different view filters and select those, so depending on what view filter you set up, of what information you have displayed, will control what view filter you may use. For the location, we're going to go ahead and put that in our plan view, so we can put that in right about here. Then we can click create, and that's going to drop that plan view into our sheet for us. We can close this and close this, and now you can see that when we go back and forth between the cover sheet and the overall site plan, we're creating those individual sheets. Now we're going to do the same thing. We're going to create another parcel, so we'll do this parcel XXX here, and what we'll do is, first of all, let's right click on this and change the properties. What we're going to do with the properties is we're actually going to zoom in down on this parcel here. We're going to create a parcel or a sheet just for this parcel of interest. Now this parcel happens to be, if we look at the properties of it, it is a tribal property of avoidance area 53. So we'll click close of this. We'll come back to our project here. Okay, let's zoom back in on this. And what we're going to do here, let's first of all right click on this and go to properties. We're going to change this parcel. We'll change it to parcel 53. And we'll click close. Now what we'll do, again, set this to parcel 53. We're going to create another rectangle. This time we'll call it parcel 53. We'll keep the layer plot view, and then we'll just pick a corner somewhere up in here and somewhere down in there. Then we'll do the same thing. We'll create a Dynaview, and the Dynaview is going to be parcel 53 as well. Again, just a naming convention. And the layer will be plot view. The frame, we'll pick that rectangle. The scale for this one's going to be 100 scale. The filter will be the way it is, and for location we'll go ahead and pick a spot in our drawing, rotation angle being 0, and we'll click create. So now we've got a sheet with a specific section or a specific view on that sheet. Now we can do the same thing. We can add other information. We can add other data. You know, maybe we want to add a scale bar. So up on the label objects tab or panel of our drafting tab, we have a scale bar. So when I select that, we can put that on a layer. Let's go ahead and just put it on title block text. The scale bar will be dynamic. We'll pick this Dynaview frame, and then we'll go ahead and put the location. Now we can control the height, the number of divisions, the units to the left or right of our 0, what text style is being used. So maybe we want to set that to Arial 0.1, and position below the scale bar, the scale itself, display scale labels, how it's displayed, what text style is used for that. Again, let's set that to Arial, let's go 1.5 maybe. Position and prefix gets scale. So now if we go back up to location, we can come in and we can put this anywhere on our drawing. It doesn't have to be within the view, so we can put it out here in the title block. So when we do that, we zoom in on it, you'll see that it's got the divisions to the left and right of 0, the scale, and the text style and stuff is set up. So other information that we can add is maybe we want to put a title or a area for the parcel. Well, we can do that using our label style manager. So to add a label, if we go to the label style manager and we go to polygon label styles, we can use the standard label style or create a new one. And the standard one is going to give us the name of the parcel as well as the area in square feet. Well, maybe we want the area in acres as well. So the first thing we might want to do though is change our text style. So let's go up here and we'll set this to an Arial maybe 0.5. We'll leave everything the way it is, and we'll come down here under label properties and we'll add the large area, and we want the precision to maybe go out to 2 decimal places, and we want to add that 2 below the first one. So when we do that, we click add. It drops in that variable or property below the square feet and the name. Now that we've set up that label style, we can go over to our label polygons command. We're using that standard style. Again, we could set this on a particular layer, so maybe we set it on alignment labels or parcel labels. We'll pick the polygon, which in this case will be that particular parcel. You can see that it labels it with the information we're looking for. To get it to show up over here, you just have to come down and click on refresh all. When you do that, it'll show up in that Dynaview. So again, no matter what information we change over here, when you go back to the view and open it up or do a refresh all, it'll reflect over in this view over here, and it'll be the proper size and scale accordingly. So that's how you basically can create up your sheets. Now you can add another sheet if we come over here and I right click on right away acquisitions, I can select a create custom sheet, and what that'll do is create the next parcel. So if I came in and said this is parcel 25, and I can insert it after, let's say we want to keep them numerically in order, so let's put it after overall site plan. We'll click OK, and now we've got parcel 25. So what I would do is come down here, select parcel 25, and now I would come in. You can see it's already populating that information. It's created the sheet number, so that's 3 of 5. And if we look at parcel 53, you can see that's 4 of 5. So it renumbered the sheets for us as well. So I can come in here and do the same thing. Come over, find parcel 25, create a rectangle, create a Dynaview, place it into our actual sheet view. So those are the custom sheets. We will take a look at some of the other sheets types, like plan and profile sheets, cross-section sheets, and even the grid sheet plan.